We're here in Kensington Gardens, surrounded by nature. I started thinking, like, how could this pavilion really reflect on our time today, and what message and what elements can it contain actually to reflect on in its architecture? As a process in my work, I always start by researching and by questioning. To question and open really the narrative. It's about the process that I call in my practice the archaeology of the future, trying to find the essence of what can emerge in this place. Sometimes you start with a shape. I like to think about spaces from inside out, in a way from this intimate experience that one has in a space. This relationship to the object and to the first space that is created by sitting down, by being relating to a table, so somehow bringing people together in a concentric manner. It's the moment of dwelling, actually, of spending time as well. As you sit in, you're spending more time in the place, and you're allowing time to start to be slow, and maybe also to work, to eat, to share moments, and to take time apart. And it's a call to sit down at a table together, and hence the title, A Table, actually. So let's sit down on a table together and eat differently, relate to each other differently. And I think the Serpentine Pavilion is about that in a way, is this kind of time apart that is possible for a few months, and that allows you to kind of disconnect and find again the silence that is needed in our very hectic daily life. And digging into that idea, many of the decisions are made on the table, historically speaking. Like the symposium in Greek ancient times is originally a kind of large feast where important figures would meet and actually almost lie on the table and eat and decide and read poetry or write philosophy. How can we bring this narrative and this assembly again in the pavilion? The roof here is a reflection on the context of this pavilion. So it draws inspiration from a tree leaf. If you look at a tree leaf in the sun, you can see like it has these main structures, and then in a very amazing way, like to learn from, and between these main structures there are these like secondary structures, and it gives it this flexible form. So I wanted this roof to be like an echo of that. It's really a very simple construction system, all wood. So you have these main ribs that are arrayed, and in between these secondary structures that brace the whole and allow this magical suspension in the park. The opening above is, from one side, it's structurally essential. As you see, like everything in this pavilion is a combination between a structural ingenuity and essential need actually for holding the pavilion, and at the same time combined with the aesthetics and architectural quality of the pavilion. So somehow when these beams are reaching this level here, they need to be braced together. So this opening is somehow bracing the whole beams and finalizing, let's say, the edge of these cantilevering beams. And in an abstract way, because it has this umbrella structure that is like with this vellum that just brings light in, drawing one's attention to the sky. It's allowing one to look beyond and be aware of, at the same time, the nature around us with the green, lush trees, but also the sky that envelops us. I would love that this pavilion opens one's imaginary, one memory, so opening a dialogue. It's really open, it's really allowing everyone to feel. It echoes one's memory and one's thoughts. And I think like in terms of experience, it's a place where we feel comfortable, we feel cocooned, feel that we want to stay. I love this idea that pavilion is kind of expressing the zeitgeist of the moment. How can this architecture really talk about the moment that we are in and offer something to the public? Allowing architecture to be accessible to everyone and saying that it should be accessible to everyone. It's really beautiful to think about this pavilion as a place that is related to its surrounding and that almost feels that it has been there forever. Better?